Hi, friends. I am so glad to be with you as we approach Holy Week, the time when we remember the final events of Jesus' life, his death, and his resurrection. On Maundy Thursday, we will think about a special meal that Jesus shared with his disciples. They knew it as the Feast of the Unleavened Bread, which went way back to the Old Testament book of Exodus, when the Israelites were held as slaves in Egypt. Read chapter 12 for all the details. God had a plan to set the Israelites free and gave them specific directions to follow. First, they were to sacrifice a lamb and put its blood on the wood of the doorposts of their houses, and then prepare the meat as a part of their meal, which also included unleavened bread, which is bread without yeast. The Israelites followed the instructions. God did set them free and then led them on their long journey to the promised land. God told the Israelites to participate in a special meal every year to help them remember the Passover story. Here are a few items of the menu: unleavened bread, wine, roasted egg as new life, bitter herbs as the hard life in Egypt, and a shank bone for the sacrificed lamb. On the night before he was crucified, Jesus took the opportunity to give that meal a whole new meaning. He used the unleavened bread and the wine to show the disciples and to us that he now was all that was needed for freedom and for the forgiveness of sins. The fourth verse of our song, The Lamb, says it all. He sighs, he dies, he takes my sin and wretchedness. He lives, forgives. He gives me his own righteousness. He sighs, he dies, he takes my sin and wretchedness. He lives, forgives, he gives me his own righteousness. Worthy is the Lamb whose death makes me his own. The Lamb is reigning on his throne. Do you remember the word for the Thursday of Holy Week? Maundy Thursday. Maundy means new commandment. Jesus said, "Love one another as I have loved you." Next week, the last verse of our song, but definitely not the last part of our story. Bye for now.